good afternoon, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Jenny Silvers, and I'm joined by Steve Eastleck, who is ready and excited to help answer your questions. Speaking of questions, I wanted to ask everyone here if they'd like a free copy of our checklist to managing your online reviews and reputation. Let me know by putting your answers in the question box in your webinar control panel on the right-hand side of your screen. It's a really good follow-up to today's webinar, and it'll just be really good to help you get your reputation plan in motion. We'll also be sending messages and discussion questions to the group throughout the webinar, so check back there later. Before we get into our talk on reputation ratings and reviews, I want to point out our agenda for the day. So Kelsey, if you could move, you're on the screen already, perfect. We have the agenda up there. After Kelsey's done with her presentation, we'll move into a Q&A session, and then we'll be awarding a Google Home Mini to one lucky attendee. It looks like we have some interest in the checklist, so I want to point you all to the handout section of your webinar control panel. You'll find the checklist there, and it's free for everyone here today to download. So to get right into it, we're joined by Kelsey Coleman, who is the Director of Communications and Public Affairs at the BBB. She has prepared a very insightful presentation, so give her your full attention and let us know if you have any questions for her to answer at the end. So you can go ahead and take it away, Kelsey.
Thanks, Jenny. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kelsey Coleman, and I am the Director of Communications and Public Affairs for the Better Business Bureau that services the Metro Washington, D.C. and Eastern PA areas. I am so excited to be here today to talk to you guys about your online reputation and how you can actually use it to help earn the trust of your customers. We're going to start today with a brief overview of what makes consumers trust a business, and then we'll get into some examples of how you can actually use your online presence to show your customers what you stand for. Okay, so let's get started. A quick bit about the Better Business Bureau first. The BBB has been around for more than 100 years, really since the days of the snake oil salesman, when advertising was a bit of a wild, wild west. No one was looking out for consumers who were being misled by deceptive ads until the BBB was created. So with today's online, interconnected global economy, we're right back to that wild, wild west. And people need to know who they can trust. And that's where BBB comes in to help. We have made it our mission to be a leader in promoting trust in the marketplace. In 2017, we provided more than 250 million instances of service, and we break that down into our inquiries about a business, the complaints that we handle, our scam reports, our customer reviews, and a number of other services that we provide free to the public. So that's a little bit about us here at the BBB. Let's start off by talking about the state of trust in the marketplace. How do your consumers perceive your business? We all like to think that we are acting ethically and providing the best customer service that we can, but there are a lot of different factors that go into how a consumer perceives a business. As we all know, the cost to retain a happy customer is less than it is to find a new one, and satisfied customers are likely to become repeat customers. So the question is, what makes consumers trust your business? The BBB recently sponsored a survey, and we found that there are 5 big gestures of trust. So if we break it down, we can start with number 1 here, equitable. A consumer wants to feel that they are on equal playing fields with your business, and that your business isn't some big entity that's out there to get the consumer. The consumer wants to feel empowered. They want working with your company to be stress-free, and they want to feel like they're actually invited and encouraged to leave a review for your business. They want to feel like you are on the same playing field together. Number 2, consumers want a business to be humble. They want to feel as though they as a consumer count, and that they are important to your business, and that your business's identity is rooted in giving. So for example, if your business is involved in community giving programs, proactive environmental programs, positive employee policies, and proactive engagement with your customers, then that shows your customer that you are humble and that you value them. Number 3, the customer wants their business to be proactive. The customer wants their inquiries to be taken seriously and responded to promptly. A business that goes above and beyond attention to request and is constantly customer-centric gives consumers the feeling that your business is proactive, which helps them to, in turn, trust your business. Numbers 4 and 5 go hand in hand in my mind. The customer wants the business to be transparent, and they want them to be honest. The customer expects a company to be open about its operations and its mistakes, and the customer wants to work with a company that will actually keep their promises. They want to work with a company that is direct and readily admits to mistakes. Both being transparent and honest helps to make a customer feel safe and helps to make the customer feel as though they can trust your business. So as we see here, this chart all boils down to customers wanting businesses to give them that human experience. And this begins by showing respect for the customer, as well as considering these 5 gestures of trust. If these gestures are key markers for consumers involved in business transactions, then companies who follow these gestures are more likely to have loyal customers who feel respected and who are eager to do repeat business. So if you haven't already, try applying these gestures to your way of doing business and see what happens. It may transform the way your customers view your company. So to recap, we've gone over some of the things that can help your business stand out as trustworthy, and we can also add these points as well. So it's important to always establish and maintain a positive reputation, honor all of your written and verbal promises, respond quickly and professionally to consumer concerns, always tell the truth, even if it costs you a sale, be transparent and give your customers all the information they need to make a well-informed buying decision, protect customer information and respect how they want you to use it, and communicate honestly about products and services. So if we take all of this information and put it into our daily business routine, we are likely to be on the path to earning our customers' trust. While your customers' trust is something that you must earn, there are continuous ways to show them online that you care. When you build trust into your organization from the ground up, you don't have to convince consumers to buy. Your reputation does the selling for you. Let's now take a look at some of the ways that your business can promote this trust using your online and social media presence. First of all, is your business online? 3.8 billion people use the internet, and 92% of consumers read online reviews. So your customers are out there, and they're looking for your business. So if your business isn't online, it really should be. Your online presence is in some cases your customer's first impression of your business. So it's important to make sure that you stand out with your best foot forward. Oftentimes, like we said, your website is your first impression to a potential customer. And so these are just a few things that are great to include on your website. When your customers visit your website, they're really looking for things like your phone number, your company's address, photos of your work, your email address, and how to request a quote. But they are also looking to see that your company's website content is informative and that your company is a reputable business in the industry. One way to show your customers that you are a leader in the industry is to have content that teaches them about your industry. Things like how-to posts and what to expect posts when hiring a contractor are great ways to show your customers that you know what it takes to be a reputable company in the industry and that you are here to help them through their home project or whatever their need may be. In addition to your website, you also have an internet presence on things like your directories, review sites, and maybe even on the BBB's website. Oftentimes, these sites will create a listing for your business without you needing to do anything. So you'll want to do a search for your company to see how your customers are seeing you. Pretend you're a consumer and do a search for yourself and see what pops up. Chances are, if you don't know what's out there about your company, your customer does. And depending on what they find, it may be keeping them from wanting to do business with you. So again, websites like Google My Business, Facebook, Yelp, the BBB, they're all free to have a listing. And in some cases, your listing will be created without you knowing. Many of these sites also offer customers the ability to leave a review. So we'll get into this more, but it's really important to know where your customers are finding you and what customers are saying about your business so that you can monitor these platforms for accuracy and so that they can successfully point people to your business. I'll turn this over to Jenny.
Thanks, Kelsey. I definitely agree. And managing your directories like BBB and others has never been easier. Using the Surefire Local Marketing Cloud, you're able to list your business in over 70 online directories. You're able to manage and update these in only a few clicks. So with the busy season starting for everyone right now, imagine all of the time it would take to update each of your listings with a new seasonal offer or updating your business hours one by one. It could take half a day, and you'd much rather be out finishing up a job or getting a new sale. But this can all be managed in the Surefire Cloud, saving you precious time, like I said, to spend elsewhere running your business and managing your marketing.
Thanks.
So you can go ahead and take it back, Kelsey. Yeah.
So going along that same idea of people looking for you online, there's a reason for it. Today's consumers prefer learning about your business from other customers, not you. In fact, 92% of consumers are turning to the opinions of friends and family over all forms of advertising. If a consumer sees a post about a company from a friend or a family member online, they are more likely to be influenced by that friend or family member's opinion. We are living in the age of the customer, where the customer determines his or her experience with a brand. So again, in this online world that we live in, knowing what your customers are saying about you online is really the first step to managing your online reputation, and we'll continue to explore this as we go on. Social media can be a great tool for generating real conversations about your brand and building trust with customers and prospects. So instead of using social media as just another channel to promote your business, Use it to build a community that believes in what you stand for. Social media is giving a voice to consumers in a way that no other medium really has done before. So you want to be part of that conversation and not just using it to promote your business. Engaging with your customers by monitoring the conversations and then responding as needed will be so important to your brand's reputation. So this is a real-life example of one local business who had a Facebook presence, or so they thought. But things started to take a turn when they started getting inundated with calls from their customers asking if they were permanently closed. It turns out someone had created a fake Facebook profile for them and had marked the pub as permanently closed. The owners were super upset and suspected that they had probably lost a lot of business due to the fact that people saw this Facebook page and assumed they had closed. They worked with Facebook for weeks to get the page taken down, but the damage was done. The pub owners admitted that they should have been monitoring their social presence, and if they had been, they may have caught this fake page sooner. So the lesson here is always monitor your business's online presence. If you think you know where your business is being mentioned, it's always a good idea to do a weekly or daily check to see what others are saying. So the key takeaways here again are that it's really important to be monitoring where your business is being mentioned online. Having your own website is a great way to help control that conversation about your company. But it's important to realize too that there are other sites out there that may have started a profile on your business. So you'll want to think like your consumer and do a search for your business to see what others are saying. We are now going to get into the topic of customer reviews and the effects that they can have on your business. First, I'll turn it back over to Jenny.
Thanks. I'll let you take another water break there, Kelsey. I want to mention everyone that we're scheduling one-on-one calls next week for an expert analysis of your current digital marketing situation, your current directory listing situation, and an inside look at the Surefire Local Marketing Cloud. We have a poll open, so please choose between Tuesday and Thursday of next week. If either of those days don't work, just please email me to schedule a call, and we'll follow up with you to pick a day that works the best. After you answer the poll, I want to draw your attention again to the handout section. We have the checklist I mentioned in there for everyone to download. We also have our newly published ebook on referrals, so you can go ahead and download those. And we will close up the poll in just a couple of seconds and hand it back to Kelsey.
All right, so like we were talking about, your customers are out there and they're looking for your reviews on your business. These are some of the top types of businesses where consumers are viewing online reviews. And as you can see, the home contractor industry is up there. So what happens when you've been monitoring your social and online presence and you spot a negative review? What happens next? It can be scary to think that what you write back will be something that your future customers will see. But when you do get a negative review, the first thing you should do is take a breather. You don't want to fly off the handle and do something to make yourself look bad, especially if you think the customer complaint is false. Your instinct is to react to it in the heat of the moment, but you won't want to regret it. Take some time and formulate a polite reply. Acknowledge the person who's complaining and say you appreciate the input. Explain your side and add a human touch. And as we previously discussed, consumers find businesses to be trustworthy when they have that human nature to them and provide that human touch. Surprisingly, getting a bad review isn't the end of the world. In fact, 57% of consumers are actually suspicious of brands that only have positive reviews. Most customers won't write you off based on one negative comment. Many, however, will gain respect for your business if you respond to the comment in a pleasant and helpful way. Of course, that's not easy to do when you pour your whole life into your business and someone bashes it online. But you can turn it into a positive by engaging in a constructive way and showing that you're a genuine business. People aren't looking for perfection online. What they're really looking for is humanity and genuine response. So a negative review can be a great opportunity to respond in a positive and transparent manner, and that has a good impact on all of your customers. So let's take a look at some reviews to see how we would handle them differently. Okay, so this is a review for Joe's. The review goes into detail. They say, we were served a completely raw burger and that was charred, black on the outside, and tasted distinctly of propane. When we politely mentioned it to the server, we were rudely corrected by a manager who indicated that the burnt flavor was actually just smoked onions. He goes on to say, don't be drawn in by the cute decor. The wine list is overpriced, and there is a reason why the food is cheap. In my 2 years in New York City, I've never had a worse dining experience ever. So it's obviously a negative review. The owner responds by saying, it's Been said, an educated consumer is our best customer. Clearly, you do not fall in this category. You are an idiot. I remember your table after you and your girlfriend shared a burger and ate the whole thing except for the last bite. I'm sure you also do the same with desserts you share with your friends. You then chose to complain about the burger after our server checked in with you several times during your meal. I even took the burger off your check. You're welcome. So let me help you educate you. First, we do not use propane gas. You're not from NYC, so let me inform you that no one in NYC uses propane gas. And he goes on, and you can tell it's obviously a very poorly handled negative review. So you get the idea. So it's obvious that this reply is beyond appalling. Not only did the owner insult the customer, but he's overly defensive to the point of sounding hostile. After calling her an idiot, he goes on to suggest that they may as well go to Applebee's down the street instead of returning to his establishment. So instead of telling the customer all of your thoughts on why they're wrong, when in doubt, this is the kind of answer that will suffice. Thank you for your honest feedback. I'm very sorry to hear that you had such a bad experience and will be sure to review your comments with my staff in an effort to improve the experience for our future customers. It may be automated, but it's sure better than ranting. Okay, so here's one other example. This is a review for Mother Bears. I'm not quite sure what the hype behind Mother Bears is. The pizza is decent, but there's really nothing outstanding about it. Mother Bears does a few things right. They're good about the amount of toppings and the ingredients are high quality. And they go on to say that the crust isn't too greasy and doesn't have that chewy, doughy consistency that good pizza really should have. And overall not bad, but it wasn't just a great review. But the owner does respond back, and he says, while I'm glad you appreciate our high quality ingredients, I'm sorry you were disappointed with our pizza. I completely agree that sauce and crust are important to make a delicious pizza. That's why we make our dough and sauce from scratch every day. If you have any suggestions for us to improve, please let me know. So let me just say that Mother Bear's Pizza is an exceptional example of customer service done right. The owner indicates he read Allie's comment by making a specific reference to the review and apologizes, which is important to do even when you think you've done everything right. He defends his restaurant without sounding defensive, which is also very hard to do. And then he asks for suggestions from her so that he can improve. His reply is short and sweet and to the point, and all the factors that make for an exemplary response. The only critique I have refers to the timeliness of his response. Almost a month went by before the owner responded to Allie's review. I just think this is a good example of a business that does everything right, yet a late response can really impact the effectiveness. Replying within 2 weeks is a perfectly acceptable period of time. However, keep in mind that when responding to these comments, the quicker the better. So again, don't let bad reviews ruin your day. Handled correctly, a negative comment is a great opportunity to draw in attention to your business with many positive qualities. Turn the comment around by highlighting your strengths. Something along the lines of, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. We've been in business for more than 25 years. We serve thousands of customers a week, and we strive to create the best possible retail experience for the community. Responses like that are a great way to frame your story while still making a person feel heard and acknowledged. Remember that potential customers will be reading your comment, and you want to leave them with a positive impression of your business. On a more positive note, literally, we want to encourage our customers to leave us reviews. We want our customers to be our mouthpiece, and when happy customers leave positive reviews, it can drive leads to our business. In fact, 72% of consumers say positive customer reviews make them trust a business more. We want our future customers to see how well we handle our negative reviews so that our positive reviews can shine brightly. So how do we get positive reviews? One way to do it is just to ask. Most of your satisfied customers would be happy to give you one. Sometimes all people need is a friendly nudge. The point of sale is the ideal time to ask because that's when your customer is at the height of their euphoria. When we've got our customer there, we can hand them a small takeaway card that invites them to share their experience. Some companies have added a QR code to these cards, making it quick and easy for customers to write reviews on the spot using their mobile devices. These printed invites can also be used as tangible reminders for customers to submit reviews later. You can also add a call to action button on your website or social media page where consumers can click to leave a review. In the case of BBB customer reviews, when a customer leaves a review for you with the BBB, it will appear directly on your BBB business profile page and can be a great reminder for why your company cares about your customers. We also want to respond to our positive reviews. Responding to a positive review should be easy, right? It does sound easy, but it's also surprisingly easy to get this wrong. When contacting a positive reviewer, Your purpose should be simply to deliver a human thank you and to let them know you care. That's it. No gift certificates, no mailing lists, no event invites, no reactions to minor complaint in their review, no request for them to tell more friends about your business. This may seem counterintuitive, but just try to put yourself in the reviewer's shoes and think about whether you would really want anything other than a simple thank you. While a gift or invitation sounds like a nice idea, it can also be misinterpreted as a bribe or a payment for the review. Remember, this customer already likes your business. Just use the opportunity to thank them and introduce yourself. So the key takeaways here, your customers are checking you out online. They're looking for your customer reviews, and your online social media presence can be a great tool for showing your customers that they can trust you. Regularly checking your online presence and tracking what others are saying is a great way to stay in the conversation with your customers. Always reply to both positive and negative reviews in a timely, professional manner. It may not take much to turn your naysayers into cheerleaders for your company. So what is the BBB's impact on helping to promote trust in the marketplace? The BBB has been in the business of helping people find businesses that they can trust for more than 100 years. We have what are called our BBB Accredited Businesses, and it's those businesses who have promised to uphold our standards, undergo a vetting process, and respond to their customers if they ever receive a complaint in order to maintain their BBB accreditation. Consumers want to work with businesses that they can trust. They want to work with businesses who take that extra step to show them that they can trust their business. So in a recent survey, we asked consumers anonymously, so that they didn't know that the survey was coming from us, how they would describe what it means to be a better business. In their responses, we consistently heard words such as honesty, respectfulness, trustworthiness, and that a better business is one whose primary focus is on benefiting the customer. 4 out of 5 consumers agreed that being a better business is critical for a more trustworthy marketplace, and consumers agreed that more trustworthy marketplace improves people's lives. Consumers also agreed that BBB is a standards organization that helps businesses be better and that helps a more trustworthy marketplace. So as part of our mission here at the BBB, we set standards for ethical businesses behavior and we monitor compliance. And we do that so that consumers have a way to weed out the good businesses from the bad, and so that businesses have a way to show their customer that they can trust them. More than 400,000 businesses across the U.S. and Canada are accredited by the BBB, and these businesses have pledged to uphold trustworthy standards, and they have pledged to give back to their customers, answer their customers' complaints, and consistently show their customers that they can be trusted. And in turn, they can use the BBB's Trusted Accredited Business Seal in their marketing to symbolize the trust that their business provides. We also asked our respondents how they view the Accredited Business Seal. The BBB Accredited Business Seal shows customers that they are working with a trusted company. Consumers recognize BBB's Accredited Business Seal as an instant symbol of trust when they see it on your website or on other online assets. And as we can see here, our recent anonymous survey shows that 72% of our survey's respondents said they are more likely to have a greater confidence to purchase sooner when they see the BBB Accredited Business Seal. 71% said they are more likely to expect better quality of products and service. 69% are more likely to make a purchase. 55% are more likely to come back for purchases when they see a business display the BBB Accredited Business Seal. 54% are more likely to recommend the business. And 36% are more likely to spend more money when they see that the BBB Seal has been displayed. So that's just a quick touch on how the BBB has been helping people for more than 100 years find businesses that they can trust. So to wrap it all up, your online reputation is something that takes time to grow and requires careful maintenance to ensure that your customers will see you in the best light. Social media has made it so that anyone and everyone can have a voice about a particular company, and they can use that as a microphone to say whatever they want. It's our job as the company to respond to our critics and our cheerleaders, because our negative reviews are actually something that we can use to our benefit if handled correctly. Customers want to see that human side of you, and responding to your critics and your fans alike can be a great way to show them that you are customer-centric. In today's tech-savvy world, our future customers care more about what others are saying about your business than what you are saying about your business. So keep in mind that customers look to see these reviews to determine whether or not they want to do business with you. Make the reviews shine by always responding in a way that gives your business that human touch.
Thanks so much, Kelsey. Great presentation. So I want to mention to everyone again that we're scheduling consultations next week on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to open the poll one more time. It's open now. You can pick a day next Tuesday or Thursday. And again, if those days don't work, just please email me to schedule a call. We'd love to show you some specific ways that you can make your own marketing work a lot harder. If you're already a customer of ours, I know we have a couple of you on the webinar, just send us an email and we'll have your coach get in touch with you. But let's jump into some questions, Kelsey. So Paula asks, she has a similar situation to the case study you mentioned earlier. Do you have any advice on how to get 2 Facebook pages taken down? One of them was created by an ex-owner and one was created by an ex-salesperson.
Yeah, there should definitely be a way. I mean, I know there is. When you contact Facebook, I believe, without looking at it in front of me, I believe it may be even in your settings, or if you just Google how to contact Facebook about a page that shouldn't be there, there will be a contact. You may have to, get the link and send it to them, and but they take that stuff seriously, and you can flag the page and kind of hope for the best. But do let them know by either sending them the link or finding the contact information by Googling it.
I have a follow-up there. I've dealt with this before. It was only one extra Facebook page, but one way to deal with it is to claim it, and then as long as the location names and the address are the same, you can actually merge the pages into one. It's a little bit complicated because it will only keep the content on one of the pages, but what I can do is, if you answer the poll, when we follow up with you, we can answer this very specifically and take a look at it with you. But yeah, those are 2 options. So flag the page like Kelsey said, or you can try to claim it and do it that way. One other question, is there a way to add pictures or services to the BBB page?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you're an accredited business, you can go through your business portal and you can add the images through that. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send me an email. I add images all the time too, so I'm happy to help. Okay,
awesome. That is it for questions. So actually, it looks like one just came in. Oh, that was just Paula following up saying thank you. So we got the poll all closed up, and we're going to move on to the winner of the Google Home Mini. And today's winner is Dennis Altman. Congratulations, Dennis. Please email marketing@surefirelocal.com with your full mailing address, and we'll get that shipped right out to you. So I want to give Kelsey another huge thanks for joining us today, and thank you to all of you that attended. Please join us for more upcoming webinars. We hope you learned something new, and I do look forward to seeing you online at upcoming webinars. Next week, we have Jeff White joining us on Thursday for a live training on the free and powerful tool, Google My Business. You can sign up by going to our website or even let us know on here, and we'll get you registered. Please take a minute to fill out the survey at the end and let us know how we did today, and if there are any topics you'd like to hear about in the future. I'd love to check that out when I'm planning our webinar schedule. So thank you so much, and y'all have a great day.